But the first thing I noticed as soon as I came to the property is I got a whiff of gas. The customers also said that they've had it before and they've had Cadent out about 3 years ago or so, and apparently there wasn't anything. I mean, I smelt it. I'm going to do a tightness test. I do a tightness test on every service anyway, just for my own peace of mind. I know it's not mandatory, but for my peace of mind, I always do a tightness test anyway. But that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to pray that there's no drop. If there is, then yeah, we'll have to investigate that. So let's do that first, and then we'll crack on with the boiler service. What's happening, people? I know it's been a while since I've done an intro. I've just been so busy recently. It just feels like silly season is still in full swing and it's not showing any signs of letting up either, which I guess is a good thing, because when we're busy, we're making money. When it's quiet, we're not. So I'm just trying to stack as much as I can, and then hopefully have a nice summer break. Maybe try and do a couple of holidays this year, because I don't know about you guys, but when you're working, when you're in that work mode, you forget to take a break and you just keep working, and then you think, wow, where's the time gone? All I've been doing is working. So I think this year, especially with the way silly season has been since September last year up until still now in February, I think I definitely want to try and do a few holidays with the family, just take some time off. I have been getting a bit stressed out recently. It's just work is so relentless at the moment, and there's so much of it on. I'm kind of struggling to keep on top of it and get things booked in. I'm saying no to people, I'm turning things away, and it just keeps coming back, which, like I said, is not a bad thing, but I think it's just about trying to manage my time more effectively. And that's why I'm at the time to do an intro video for, I think, was it last 2 or 3 videos, because it's just been a case of trying to get the videos edited and just get them out. And by the time I'm editing them and finishing the editing, it's late and I'm tired and I just want to go to sleep. And sleep is something which is such a commodity for me at the moment, because my average sleep has been about 5.5 hours a night. I wear a sleep tracker, and yeah, well, it's just my Google Watch and it tracks my sleep. And yeah, it's averaging like 5.5 hours a night, which is not good at all. Not good for my health, not good for my mental state. And I need to sort it out. I know. And there just doesn't seem to be enough hours in the day, but I need to sort it out. Otherwise, I'm going to burn out. I know, because it's happened to me before. And I'm saying it because I don't want it to happen to anyone else. Like, I am feeling it and you don't want to be feeling it. So do as I say, not as I do. Just get some rest. I need to get some rest. This video is a pretty interesting-ish one. I hope you find it interesting, because it's meant to be a boiler service, and we all know what happens when you go to a boiler service. Things don't always go as you expect. And this one took a pretty big U-turn. So have a watch, let me know what you think. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I got a lot of comments on the last few videos, especially the Wiesmann one, and I wanted to get back to every single comment, but there were just so many comments and I've just not had time. So sorry, I've not been ignoring any comments and I just haven't had a chance, but I have read every single comment and I appreciate everyone taking the time to comment. But yeah, apologies for not getting back to all the comments. I just haven't had time, but I do read all of them when they come through. So keep interacting with the videos, keep dropping the comments, keep subscribing if you haven't already, keep liking the videos if you like them, and I will see you guys all soon. Hopefully a bit more fresh-faced in the near future. Have a good one. Today is going to be a bit of a boring day from what I can see. It's pretty much just all servicing. I've got 2 standard services, one full service, then I've got to go look at a radiator that's not working, which again, probably not going to be that interesting. I reckon it's just, if it's just one radiator not working, it's probably going to be a faulty radiator valve, maybe a stuck TRV pin or something like that. And then I may have a noisy ideal to go and look at. I'm just waiting to hear back if it's going ahead today or not. And then I may have another service later on. So I'll try and record what I can. If it's anything interesting, I might just set you guys up on a time lapse and just crack on with these services and then stitch them all together and see if it comes out any good. This first one I've been told is a Worcester. I don't know if it's a Green Star or if it's a CDI. It's about 7 years old. I gave the customer the option of both a standard and a full service. They've opted for a standard service this year. Let's go and find out. Right, here it is. So it's actually a CDI compact ERP. Is it compact? No, it's not a compact. I thought it was a compact. It's not a compact. Can't remember what style heat exchanger is in this one. Let's get the case off and have a look. Is it? No, it's not the one with the green clips either. So that's good. Condense trap. I don't think this boiler's ever been serviced, judging by the state of the condense trap there. Yeah. Right, done the drop test. Gas meter's literally just in there, so that's all good. Let's now get this case off and let's get it serviced. Now here's a sign of a boiler that's never been serviced. I've had to break that up with my screwdriver. That is rock solid in there. So let's get this cleaned out properly and then pop it back together. Right, that's the service done. I'm just letting it run in max mode because I'm just going to go around checking all the radiators, make sure they're all getting hot. Told you, nothing interesting to really see on this one. Let's see if I can be bothered to record the next one or not. Right, I've got a CDI compact system boiler. Going to be doing a full service on this. So I've got new set of electrodes, got the bearing plate, got the burner seal and the sump seal as well. We'll get all that done. But the first thing I noticed as soon as I came into the property is I got a whiff of gas. The customer has also said that they've had it before and they've had Cadent out about 3 years ago or so, and apparently there wasn't anything. I mean, I smelt it. I'm going to do a tightness test. I do a tightness test on every service anyway, just for my own peace of mind. I know it's not mandatory, but for my peace of mind, I always do a tightness test anyway. But that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to pray that there's no drop. If there is, then yeah, we'll have to investigate that. So let's do that first, and then we'll crack on with the boiler service. Yeah, it's not looking good. But if I pump that U gauge up, that is just dropping straight out. Boiler service. Okay, I'm hoping it's somewhere simple. I'm actually hoping it's somewhere maybe on this barrel. So I think what I might do, I can either cap the outlet of the meter and then retest it and see if it's before that, because then it's not my problem. Then it's down to Cadent. If it stops, then I've got to investigate because there is a smell of gas. All right, let me cap the outlet first and see if I can prove whether it's on the supply side or on the outlet side. Okay, it's good news for me because it's not on the outlet side. I've just capped the meter and that is still dropping. So I've capped the outlet. I reckon, I got a feeling it's somewhere on this old bit of barrel, but at least it's nothing to do on my side or the gas run itself. It's going to be on the supply side. So I'm going to call up Cadent. Whilst I'm here, I'm going to carry on with the service and hopefully Cadent will turn up in the meantime. And well, they said they've got to turn up within the hour because now there's a smell of gas. So they've got to come and investigate that and do what they need to do. But at least it's not on the outlet side, which gives me a little bit of peace of mind that that side's all good. So I'm going to leave that capped for now and I'm going to call up Cadent and I'm going to crack on with this boiler service in the meantime. Okay, just for my own peace of mind, I want to use my gas sniffer, but literally as soon as I purged it out there, as soon as I walked in, those readings started going up and they've gone down again now. I just want to see if the ECV is off, but look, that's still climbing around there. Is it coming from the ECV connection there? Is it coming from the ECV itself? All right, let's put the gas back on. So make sure the water doesn't come out my U gauge as well. Let's do it slowly. Okay, so we're back on fully, and that's really jumping up. So let's see if I can pick it up. There we go. It's climbing. Where was it climbing? It was climbing around there. It's going up. I can smell it now as well. That's climbing from there as well. There might be multiple. Ah, look. Look. I reckon. There we go. Found it. Is this on the connection to the regulator? Cool. Well, at least we know where it is, and I'll call up Cadent and get them out here so they can sort that out whilst I carry on with the boiler service. Right, Cadent are on their way, so let's crack on with this service. Going to be starting by draining the boiler out, recharging the expansion vessel which is at the back. The AAV there's a bit crusty. I've got one on the van, so I'm going to go and grab one so we can change that as well. Clean out the condensate trap, but I'll do that at the end once I've cleaned out the main heat exchanger. I have done a full video on how to do a full strip down service on this boiler. It's not a fun boiler to work on because it's a compact. They've made everything really tight inside. I'm not going to be filming this step by step. I'm just going to probably set it up as a time lapse and just crack on and maybe come back to it when the Cadent guy comes and sort that out. And maybe if I get stuck or anything interesting crops up, then I'll pause it. If not, so I thought I'd bring you guys in. I've had a few comments on the video where I've done the full strip down service on it. Did I butcher the electrodes? No, I didn't on this occasion. Well, slightly there. But it's just, I don't know what Worcester are thinking when they design their boilers, because they just do not make them engineer friendly. I mean, it's taken me a good while to strip this down. If this was any other brand boiler, I'd have it stripped out in probably less than half the time. They just make it so difficult unnecessarily. But at least inside, this one's not looking too bad. I'm going to be changing the electrodes, give this a clean through, and then I've changed the AAV up there as well. What have I got to do? I've got to change the sump seal on there, got a new burner seal, and I've got a new fan bearing plate, and that will be, so I've got the burner there. The fan bearing plate just sits in there, so it's just that one screw on top there, undoes that little metal plate, and then you got to see where that's flapping. That's what I'm going to be replacing in there as well. Okay, we're all back together. Cleaned out the condensate trap as well, which again, I don't like that condensate trap. It's just, well, I have got a cut, but it's not bleeding luckily. But it's just to make it so awkward and have it coming straight with the PCB. But my little trick is, whenever I'm doing that, I basically pull this black hose out here and I bend it up so you pinch it, because what will happen is if you've got any water in here, it will try to siphon itself out. So by pinching that, it will stop any water from coming out, and obviously have a plumb tub over it or something as well so you can catch it in case it does. But that's done now. I've just got to clean out the magnet clean and then 26.9 checks. Cadent haven't arrived yet, so I'm gonna put the gas back on, do my 26.9 checks, and then shut it back off again, so that at least that side's all done. Then Cadent can come and do their thing. So battery's running low on this, so I'm gonna close this video on this job at this point because everything's done. Just got to do the finishing stuff and then we should be good. Okay, my buddy over there has sorted the problem out for me. Cadent rocked up just as I was putting the boiler back together, pretty much just as I did that closing video, and so I just waited for him to sort things out. He changed the regulator over and it was still leaking. I was thinking, no. So then he dissed the outlet again and it was still dropping. So I was like, yes, it's not on the outlet. That would have been an absolute minefield. He ended up changing the meter, and when he took the meter out, it was all corroded at the back, and so it must have been leaking from there as well as the reg. So new reg, new meter, zero drop, 26.9 checks, all complete. I've got one more breakdown to go to now. I've been here for 2.5 hours. It should have been a lot less, more, probably a bit more than 2.5 actually. But I'm gonna have some food now and then go and do this last breakdown. Gotta love a Friday night breakdown, and then I can get home. So let's see.